Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Frost and Fire. So last episode, we ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. There's a mech cluster that went up against some Reapers, quite a few Reapers in fact, and the Reapers nearly took out the cluster. So what I'm doing now is just cleaning up the EMI dynamo, which would trigger in a day and a half, because I don't want to lose power in the middle of the summer. That would be pretty deadly. And trying to wrap up this centipede. I think it's pretty much only centipedes. Yeah, and one pikeman. So wrap up this centipede and pikeman fight so that I can ascend Storbeck tonight. Which, you know, I have in my queue. Phoenix and Bash working against the EMI Dynamo now. And all of my snipers trying to clear out the centipedes that are coming southbound. These centipedes are getting their money's worth of shots. Unfortunately, because of the forced weather, our sniping is less effective. You can always check the effectiveness just by selecting a shooter, like JD here, and then mousing over. And as you can see, as a result of weather, you know, I have a 80% rather than 100%. Weather effects, of course, can be annoying. All right, so we do have Mr. Centipede here trying to burn us a bit. I'm going to take evasive maneuvers and not get burned any further. And I'll have... Okay, Raptor actually go this way. Ooh. You got me, but it's raining, and I have pretty good fire resist, so that's not happening. All right, let's go around the back of the EMI Dynamo. Oh, perfect. Actually, let's just take the Inferno turret out now. All right, that one is down, and now there's only a few left. Unfortunately, this centipede really needs to die, as it keeps messing with me. Okay, there goes that turret. Now we just have this centipede left, which is inching its way towards me. This Inferno, this pikeman, and I believe one other, yeah, way over here. This centipede. And these centipedes here are very damaged, so it should be pretty easy to get rid of them. Okay, we just cleared out yet another. And there goes the mech cluster. Our shield belts just got busted, so I'm going to take cover. While Raptor here... Let's just use Chaos Skip. Alright. We're walking to close the distance against this Inferno. But my guess is I just throw my brawlers at it. Raptor, you are not faring well. There you go. Clipped again. I'm tired of getting burned. All right, let's smash you up. And then the last of the snipers will go against this centipede, which I have no idea where it's headed. But you guys are dismissed. Congratulations and thank you. Let's do a quick allow all and then re-forbid the meat so we don't use it for training. If you're wondering why I've been keeping the meat forbidden, it is so that it is not a valid thing to use while training. And it's also going to be time to unschedule everybody or restrict everybody's movement. And I'm going to have Phoenix Bash and JD, or not JD, Raptor grab some centipedes on the way home. So Remus mentioned that it would be helpful if I extended this tunnel out a little bit and then added more turrets back here so that I could have a volley firing from behind. And I think that's going to be something that I introduce once things cool down and I can actually build and not just be in a constant state of repair. Stupid centipede just trying to smash stuff. I really don't like the centipedes when they just needlessly destruct. It's like, why are you trying to burn my walls down? They're just walls. And this centipede is bouncing rounds off there, finally. All right. Everybody is going to grab a meal. Moods are a little iffy. If you look at Phoenix's, you can see that he's a little bit risking mood break. So here we go. Storbeck. You're going to grab this double bed. And then Storbeck's old bed will go to JD. And then this will go to the couple, Gabe and Leth. And I won't have the undignified bedroom debuff anymore. Heading towards night, I figured, yeah, it makes sense to finally give him something fitting his rank, I suppose. All right, one thing I'm going to want to do is to shred these Reapers with Raptor once he's healed. Everybody took a, well, not everybody, but a lot of people took a little bit of damage. So another thing is, you know, get the doctoring going so that we can heal up quickly. And JD, I look to you. After you're done with that tea, let's do some tending. Like how Phoenix is like, oh, I'm fine. I guess there's no available hospital bed, so that does make sense. So the Storbeck's ceremony I can kick off right now. Might as well. So here comes the bestower. The longer I wait, the hotter it becomes. I don't think that they would like heat stroke to death in the process of waiting, but I don't want to find out if that is possible. Because of course a lot of the vanilla RimWorld functions don't function all that well because of course I am in a temperature that just doesn't make sense for RimWorld. Aerodrone Strike will be what I take now. Not as strong as the Salvo, but pretty good. And then, what Psycast did I learn? I learned Chaos Skip, which can be helpful. Alright, well thank you, Bestower. Now, Storbeck here is going to want Night specific Apparel. The problem is, I'm not really sure if he's ever going to not be in a Duster or Parka. I suppose I have to decide that for myself at some point, but my guess is, yeah, we're not really going to treat him like the knight that he truly is. Just because the specific apparel that he wants to wear is not insulating enough. So there's that problem. All right, so Gorillos and Cauterize will go wandering. These gorillas are good till, yeah, 185, so it's just shy of their maximum temperature. So they should be able to help us haul. The other thing, I'm not entirely sure. I could keep the cataphract helmets on. Soon we're going to have to ditch the helmets, I think. Temperature reasons. Not a whole lot of meals left. Keep an eye on that as well. So the concept of this tunnel that Remus had mentioned would be that this here extends out, and then I would probably put autocannon turrets back here, and then regular turrets here, so that when enemies come in, they're being fired at, probably extended out like here, this far. So they get fired at from behind and in front, sort of every direction. Yeah, I mean, it's a significant change, but I intend to do it just because I definitely need more firepower. The other issues, of course, there is a bit of the cover problem where it's tricky to get shots. Like if I install an autocannon turret here, you know, and enemies are here or whatever. So there will be, as a result, some blind spots. But I think overall, there will be more, you know, more gunfire, more rounds going down range, helping to destroy would-be enemies. Another thing I wanted to mention, because I saw in the comments a few times, is that people are suggesting using EMPs against Reapers. Reapers are immune to EMP. They're not quite mechanoid. They're not quite humanoid. There's something in between, and as a result... oh, hippie almost getting hit by lightning. You and your hubby... Is it a husband? Yeah, you and your hubby really like to attract the scary lightning, don't you? But yes, so the long and short of it is Reapers aren't going to care about getting EMP'd at all. And that's just an important little tidbit of information that I figured you all should know. So I'd probably have it come out here, just beyond the max range of these slugs, so that the slugs aren't actually breaking the tunnel. Because if the slugs break the tunnel, you know, that gets quite messy. Everybody's healed now. And Raptor, let's have you start shredding. Raptor's going to get heat stroke after a bit, so it's going to be important to get him to do as much Reaper shredding as possible. And let's have you haul steel. There we go. Alright, the weather controller's finally stopping this lightning. And Storbeck, while you're at... Ooh, Grillo is hunting Raptor. Where is it? Just north of me. Alright, taking a look at wildlife. Yep, I can see that. Storbeck come north, so I'm not going to have Raptor brawl a Grillo to death. I'm not that worried for Raptor's sake, because he's got Psycasts that protect him. Gorillas are strong. They're like grizzly bears, strength-wise, or polar bears. Something akin to that. Looks like JD is coming to join me. Up here, he was planning on hauling... Oh, no, he's actually hunting the Grillo. Okay. Good shooting, Storbeck. What is your skill now? 15? That's quite good. Not quite what JD is at 18. But I find it very difficult to try to keep skills above 18 or so, unless it's one of these skills that you use constantly, because of the skill decrease or the skill loss that happens naturally. Okay, so if the weather controller is no longer making it rainy thunderstorms, yo, weather, you could definitely stop. And an eclipse. All right. Bash is shredding some of... just stay there for a bit. Shred some of the Reapers. It's nice to see the Reapers, you know, working to destroy my mech clusters. They show up more reliably than the Imperial traders, who a lot of you in the comments and on Discord have said, hey, what gives? Why was there no trader? I don't really know. Maybe a combination of there being threats on the map tile and temperature. But as far as I'm concerned, they probably should have shown up. It wasn't outlandish temperatures when I requested them, so a little peeved that I was shafted in that way. What can you do? Shrug it off. Alright, take a look at Bash's mood. I definitely don't want it to climb too low that he has a mental break all the way out here, because he's swelteringly hot. So let's have him return back with some plasteel. The mech clusters are pretty reliable sources of plasteel. You know, there's... Oh, a defoliator ship. Full of centipedes. Well, the beautiful thing about this is it's going to take ages for this defoliator to radiate its poison, or whatever you want to call it, defoliation, out to my farms. So what I could do with this ship is... And let me replant rice while I think about it. What I could do with this ship is basically just ignore it and then wake it up when I have enemies coming in. So again, let's paint a little void zone so no one goes too close to it, because it would be a real shame. I know it's dormant, but like, let me pose a scenario. Let's say that there was a random lightning strike that woke these guys up while I'm in the vicinity. I'm dead. There is no coming back from that. And then the unrestricted animal hauling is going to stay away from it as well. And I've had things like that. If you're wondering, it has happened to me that I've had like just unfortunate luck where I was in the wrong place at the wrong time and dormant clusters or something like that woke up on top of me. It's real bad. Real bad. So now my animals avoid it and my colonists avoid it, so we'll be good on that front. Mr. Bash, little worried about your heat stroke here, so let's get you back inside. And Raptor will finish off this Reaper killing. Okay, there's the last one. Gonna haul the table back to base. 666 steel. Oh, is that ever not a good sign? Find it very interesting that despite the fact that my doors are open, completely open door policy, that would-be enemies just smash them anyway. As you can see, there's plenty of damage all over the place of doors that just got smashed. This probably shouldn't be propped open. But this should. I'll just have JD do that real quick. And the eclipse is over. Oh, we have crab babies. Fortunately for the crab babies, I don't let them live very long. And there's the gorilla meat that we made. I think what I'll do is, given the amount of meat that I'm going to have as a result of the crabs, I'm going to allow everyone to have some simple meal, or fine meals rather. Go up in quality. So there's 3 pikemen, 5 lancers. Is there scythers in this mix? No, there's no scythers. All ranged. Okay. It's good to know. Sorry, Hippie. I really wish there would be a way for me to maintain this without the, like, constant cleaning. I suppose I could just remove a whole large swath of the zone. Trying to save her some manual labor. Oops. Because I don't really care if the zone gets dirty. We do track in the fire foam. So this fire foam material does get tracked into the base at times. But it's far easier to clean up a little bit of tracked in fire foam than it is to clean up an entire kill box full of it. So, just trying to work effectively. Oh, Maverick is hauling a corpse. It's actually... Okay, no, that's fine. And Bash is cooking the eggs. Cool. As you can see, we don't have a lot of hauling going on because it's well, pretty evident. Why do I have an empty... Oh, I do have an empty bed, don't I? Okay. Phoenix. Yes, right. You have not had a bed for yourself. So the hospital is back to a hospital. I totally forgot about that. I am trying to build up a healthy stockpile of rice, somewhat so that I can make a bunch more shells. So now that we have, and I've been keeping like hemfill here dangerously, I shouldn't be doing that. But now that we have some more rice to play with, I'm going to have JD crank out more shells for us, expanding our options for enemies that come in, allowing us to perhaps shell them. All right, I think it is time for at least my miners to grab cowboy hats, as they are going to be heat stroked otherwise. So we are protected until 84 Celsius. It's 88. So we'll still gain heat stroke, but really not at the rate that we were before. So another thing I might be able to do is to line the sides here with turrets as well. And that would allow us to have even more shots on. Now, I think the large worry of the reactor raids is attacks that don't come through the kill box, attacks that land back here. And there's a huge vulnerability, and there's really not a good solution to fix that. You can line turrets back here, but ultimately, because you can't... omnidirectional kill boxes, I guess, are hypothetically... you hypothetically can make them, but realistically, they are not something that you're going to be able to construct easily. Kind of reminds me of the old star forts. Like, yes, you can build a star fort, but what ends up happening is you have the larger your base, the larger your star fort, the more defenses you need to employ, and the more defenses you need to employ, it really spirals out of control. So I'm taking a look at my current steel, and my lord, the reloading of everything, we're down to 1,000. It really goes to show that I'm going to need to stockpile an absurd amount of steel before we kick off the reactor to have like 10k steel or something like that. I think relying more on uranium slugs will help a lot, because the uranium slugs are very high damage. Fairly cost effective. What's wrong with Angelia? She even move anymore? Did she always have a bad back? She might not be even able to get up anymore. I can't truly be certain if she's completely and utterly bedridden for life now or not. All right, how much? Oh, I have a lot of medicine. Okay, slow down there, Raptor. I have got 222. That will work for now. Yeah, let me keep an eye on Angelia to see if she, ever moves. I think at 10% speed, she should be able to. Let me, what I could do? I could force her to move somewhere. No, never mind. She's incapacitated. Okay. Well, I guess you are an egg layer now. The issue, if you're wondering, is she's a bonded pet, right? Glitch is bonded to Bash, and she's bonded to Raptor. Now, Raptor, is not upset that she's not... I think because she's incapacitated, there's not the sense of requirement that she remains bonded or whatever. I could be wrong about that, but he doesn't seem to really care that she's not technically bonded. I think maybe due to the lack of, like, training. I don't know. So right now, I think my focus is going to be to try to... Whoa, that's not good. My focus is going to be to try to stockpile an immense amount of steel so that we are well prepared for reloading reactor raids. And I'm going to need, obviously, a whole lot of steel if I'm going to be building a lot of turrets in here, too. So it's like a twofold requirement. But we're almost done shredding the last of the mechanoids. There's just like a lancer or two left. And I'm going to allow my cooks to start cooking. Too deep infestation. Okay, shoot. The shoot part is sort of the fact that I don't have the right weapons equipped. So Phoenix and Bash, get out there. Leth and Gabe, you're just gonna, you know, do what you do. Hippie, could you grab switch rifles and head out? And then Storbeck, you're gonna do the same. All right. Gabe and Leth, you're just gonna keep your rifles, but this... Oh, no, don't do whatever I just told you to do. This is a good reminder that I need to switch back to assault rifles once we are able. So, Phoenix, Bash, and Raptor in front. This shouldn't be too bad. Too deep infestations don't tend to have high pops or anything like that. Plus, I can always berserk. Come on, pop up. Okay, so Hippie, I'm gonna have you be berserking. I'm gonna have you move up a little bit. So that they fight one another. They did take my light out, not a big deal. And the beauty of this is makes for good kibble or good nutrient paste. Oh, that's annoying. That didn't seem necessary. All right, let's continue hunting them to death. Leth, you are going to switch. And Gabe, you are going to switch. And these hoppers here, let's do foul meat. Copy and paste and paste. I also can turn on the biofuel refinery, and I'm going to be refining with rice. Okay, so weapon swap. There we are. All the bugs are dead. Did lose an EMP trap. I mean, oh well. Okay, Storbeck is now making more chem fuel. Our chem fuel got diminished considerably. But we do have all the shells that I'd queued up, so let's go and set this to low. And set this to low so that we can put all that explosives back to where it belongs. Somewhere out there, safer. And what's going to be important is that we do a run of foul meat nutrient paste quickly. Because if we don't do it quickly, we are going to have it rot. All right, back to simple meals. There we go. I think Phoenix, you haul the remaining rice. Okay, manually feeding Angelia is fine. Try to get the insect meat all squared away. Now, another thing I could do is put insect meat up there, but, you know, then I would have to separate it out so that the insects can't gain access to, or not the insects, my pets can't gain access to the insect meat because I'd rather have them eat the nutrient-based meals. This is more efficient to feed NPM. So the net result, I think, is going to be that I just make all of this into NPM right now. And Bash, you are going to be the man to do the job. So forget this meal. Just keep filling the hoppers. And then we're going to want to haul these meals to the freezer ASAP so that in the case of a solar flare or something, there isn't rot for these meals already. And we're done. So I'm going to sort of instruct everybody to be hauling the meals. I could just caravan them, but I'm going to do it like this anyway. The old manual way. Okay, that will get all the meals squared away. Bada bing, bada boom. Insects are gone. Pets are fed. Big old net benefit to everybody. Now, I do have to keep an eye on my rice count because I am turning it into chem fuel. And I don't want to run into like a food shortage that I did before. But I think with all these farms producing rice, the chance of that is a little lower than it would have otherwise been. Another thing I could do with JD here is have him start making prestige armor again, making backup prestige armor for Raptor and perhaps a prestige helmet for Storbeck, as he is now a sidecaster. Well, he's been a sidecaster, but he could, you know, use a helmet. And I suppose I can toss Raptor's helmet back on unless he has to do a lot of stuff outside. But I think he's more going to be base ridden now. I don't think he's going to do a lot of venturing out. I wonder why this one won't select. But yeah, we have a lot of statues. A lot of statues. I really hope that I manage to get some visitors to come buy it. That's been a struggle. All right, my freezers are keeping up. I'm going to cook more fine meals. We have some space for the fine meals. And I'm trying to use up meat that is less renewable. Gorillo and crab meat is like slightly renewable. But Oh, interesting. Why won't you make more fine meals? Oh, Raptor was queuing that up. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, lovely. More shortings. The plasteel amount that we have has really skyrocketed, having that deep drill, and I'm just going to keep sending it with the plasteel. Totally okay with having a ridiculous amount of plasteel. Now, there is a lot of steel out here, about 1,400 of it that has yet to be hauled in. Defoliator ship, it's expanding, but it's still going to be like probably days, if not weeks, before it messes with me truly. So, not much of worry there. Because okay, there we go. The tree was not part of the home zone, so the tree just kept spreading its fire to the walls. And we are in deep summer now. I've been making sure, just sort of keeping an eye, making sure that Glitch and Maverick don't get heat stroke. But gorillas are pretty all season. And then, of course, Cauterize has no issues at all, being a crab. So I'm trying to think of exactly how I want to go about trying to gain a whole bunch more steel. I know there's a ton of steel untapped underground and pretty close to the base. The issue is that deep drilling is slow. I think what I'll do once it's cool enough is to hit these nodes here. But Gabe and Leth can't go that far away from the base given the current temperatures. They're very well protected given their cowboy hats and dusters, but not enough to go on long excursions in that way. I mean, I guess I could give them Phoenix armor, but I don't want to wear out the Phoenix armor until it's needed. So here comes the Prestige Recon armor, and then a Prestige Recon helmet. I suppose what I could try to do is get Storbeck and head to Prestige stuff. But he'll only be able to wear it if the temperature allows it, because a lot of the work that he does is outdoors, so it's a little trickier to get him to wear the quote-unquote proper clothing than it is to get Raptor, because Raptor stays near home. At this point, I think I'm also going to give him higher sight focus requirements, because Chaos Skip is still useful. It's sort of like a stun. So we'll give him some time sitting on the meditation. Let me get rid of Calc's spot there. Not really hosting Calc anymore. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of plasteel. The shame of Saunders. Saunders is being chased by something. He won't say by what. Yeah, sorry, I'm really not looking to expand my population. Not for Lulu, not for Saunders. Especially not for someone that is like, I'm being chased by something, but I won't tell you what. Please admit me. No, thank you. Sounds like a bad deal. We don't really have the space or capacity for additional people. We could feed them, but not really house them. There's no bedrooms. And then if he's not a particularly good soldier, it's not even helpful. Okay, more steel scanned underground. Oh, I hadn't realized that I hadn't roofed this off already. That's making it difficult to keep the base cool. But I guess as long as the base is cool enough that it's not killing anyone. We are sleeping in the heat as a result, though. I could close this this door here and have the bedrooms cool off maybe a little bit. Maybe open this one. Yeah, this farm's a little warm. It's not terrible. I thought I had roofed it up for the summer, but clearly I was wrong. But hey, if we can continue scanning, that's fine. Now, I can't forget that, of course, there's uranium up here that I could also hit when it's a bit cooler. Because if I had a nice, large quantity of uranium, I would be more comfortable using more slugs. I just don't want to build the slugs and then have no uranium to do any of the firing. Kind of a waste of investment. Alright, so there's additional prestige recon armor of good quality. I think Raptor's armor... His armor's 88, but his helmet's wearing out. So what I'll do is I could make 2 spare prestige helmets. Our chem fuel bill is up to 1,000 and we're about to hit it. And our steel stocks have just about doubled. We're not even done hauling in the steel that's out here. It always amazes me how expensive it is to rebarrel my turrets. I'm always surprised at the cost. Ooh, Devil Strand. It's not something you see often raining from the sky. And uranium scanned, underground, and very close to the base. That's fantastic. I think it's there. Did I get that right? Almost. Okay. We'll dig that out. That's going to be a lot easier to set up deep drills than this. This is so close that we can even power it by just running a cable down there. Cool. Fantastic find. Thank you, Raptor. And Leth has got that dug out. And dig one more. Make it a little easier to have the deep drills laid out. So that the deep drills don't get destroyed, I will, let's see, dead power and a light bulb and a door that will keep it protected, and we'll get that built. It's not really going to be all that usable until it's colder, but we can at least lay out the lines for it. Who's heat stroking? Raptor? Playing a horseshoe. Brilliant. Nothing like doing harm with horseshoes. Okay, we're almost done with the prep for the uranium. And we have pods and bugs. More bugs? Oh, but they're offering a silent neuroformer? Alright, this expires in... Oh, man. It is a ridiculously difficult amount of bugs. If I had Neuroquake, I would accept this. Without Neuroquake, 87 bugs is going to just as likely kill me. I mean, the thing is, I don't really need a Neuroformer. I know that sounds weird, but like, Hippie is maxed and Raptor is maxed. I could start someone else on level 1 or give it to Storeback for level 4. Storeback to level 4 would, I guess, make the most sense. Oh, gross. But, I'll have to contemplate that, because that is a lot of bugs. Now, the thing is, the bugs would be heat stroked, but since the temp, we're heading towards the winter, I don't know. And then there's also the issue of it's an incredible amount of cleanup. 87 hives is something like 350 bugs. I don't know. I'm making up a number, but it's, you get, let's say you get 4 bugs per hive. That's a crazy amount of bugs that then I'm stuck with. And yeah, it helps to feed the pets. And yeah, like there's a lot of jelly, but then that also jacks up my, my wealth. And as you can see here, my item wealth just keeps going up. My wealth just keeps going up. I've now passed 500,000. Well, guys, that is all the time I have. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about the potential defensive upgrades and expansions. If you have any other tips, tricks, or feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next episode. Farewell.